Kia ora. My name is Kira, and I'm one of the Education Subject Librarians. The purpose of this video is to show you the library search engine called Multisearch, and I'm going to show you specifically how you can search for some keywords and how you can change your search terms a little bit to both increase and decrease the results that you're going to get. So in order to use Multisearch, first you actually need to be on the library homepage. So to get there, from any page on the UC homepage, you can click this study button and you'll see where it says library. And when you click on that, you'll end up here at the library homepage. You just need to scroll down a tiny bit to see Multisearch right here. So, what is Multisearch? We like to call Multisearch Library Google, basically. So when you're doing your assignments, you'll want to search Multisearch. You could do a search on Google, and while you might find some good information, lots of the time you're going to be required to use things like scholarly journal articles and books and ebooks, and it'll be easier to find these on Multisearch. Even if you did find them on Google, oftentimes they'll ask you to pay to access the journal articles and stuff, whereas if you come in through Multisearch, you'll get access to them for free. The major downside to Multisearch compared to Google is Multisearch isn't very smart. So whereas if you're searching in Google, you can type in a full question, or you can type in your topic, and you can still expect to get reasonable results, with Multisearch you can't do that. You have to think a little bit about your question and pick maybe, 3 or 4 keywords, and that'll help Multisearch be able to find the sort of topics that you need more easily. So for this assignment, let's say that I'm doing a paper on physical activity in children and how this affects their well-being. So I might decide out of that the main keywords I want to use are physical, activity, and children. So I'm just going to type those in. So physical, activity, children. And then I can go over here and press the Multisearch button or click enter, and that's going to do a search. So once this loads, we'll be able to see all of the books, ebooks, journal articles, and things like that the library has access to. But before we get started looking at our search results, I just want to point something out. You may or may not see this, but at the top here, I can see it says, "Welcome guest. Sign into your institution for full access to your library resources." You're going to make sure you do this right at the beginning because you'll be missing some key features of Multisearch if you don't. So I'm going to go ahead and click this and sign in. So if I don't sign in, I might not be able to access all of the journal articles and everything that's in here. And you'll also notice once this loads that there'll be a few more buttons available to me on the screen. There we go. See, you can see here there's 2 new buttons that have been added that weren't there before, but I'll talk about those ones in a later video. So, looking at my results now, you can see I have 4 million results. That's obviously a ridiculous number of results, and no one expects you to go through all of them. So, if I want to narrow my results down a little bit, I can do that in a few different ways. But in this video, we're going to focus on looking at our search terms. So, at the moment, what Multisearch is doing is it's looking for the word physical and the word activity and the word children anywhere in the book's or article's title, abstract, which is basically a summary of an article, or the keywords. So you can see here it's doing a pretty good job. It's mostly putting the words physical activity and stuff beside each other. But sometimes it might not do that. So if I want to make sure in all of my future searches that it's talking about physical activity together rather than just the words physical and the words activity, I can add quote marks. So I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to put physical activity in quote marks and click enter to redo my search. And hopefully this should limit out the results I get a little bit. So you can see here my results have gone down to 957,000, which is obviously still a ridiculous amount of results, but it's a lot less than the 4 million that we had before. But say hypothetically, I didn't think, 1 million results was enough. I wanted more. I can also change my keywords in a different way. You can see here that I've written the word children, and that's what I'm getting in my results. Children, children. But say I'm not just interested in getting information about children. I want the words like child or childhood and those sorts of things to be included as well, because those could be important words that are also included in relevant articles that might be missed if I just put children. So what I can do there is I can get rid of this ending and I can just put a star here. And what that little star is going to do is that's going to tell Multisearch that I want to search for the word child and any other possible endings that it might have. So child, childhood, children, all of that sort of stuff. So I'm going to click search again, and we'll be able to see here that that's going to increase my results. So yeah, I've gotten another 30,000 or so results added to my other one.